Hola, bienvenido a mi video. Hoy es 11 de enero. Es mi cumpleaños. Tengo 30 años. So I'm speaking in Spanish because I'm currently in Costa Rica. I arrived several hours ago, spent most of the morning traveling, and let's just say it was a rough start to my 30th. My flight was at 6:30. The plan was to wake up at 2 a.m. and get to the airport by 4 to have a nice little cushion before my flight starts, just to be on the safe side. However, the alarm that I set, it went off, I assume, but my phone was on silent and it was in the bathroom charging, because I like to charge my phone in the bathroom so that when, like during the work week, when my alarm goes off, I'm forced to wake up and get out of bed in order to stop the alarm and then start my day. So it was charging in the bathroom, it was on silent, did not hear it, did not wake up at 2. My mom drove me to the airport, so she was outside of my apartment at 3. She called me about 30 times. My stepdad came over, was yelling my name outside apparently. I was dead to the world. I was full REM sleep. I shouldn't have slept at all. I didn't end up waking up until a little after 4 o'clock. Didn't get to do the things that I planned to do, which were namely shower. Hadn't showered in 2 days. I had showered not the day before, but the day before that, and so I planned to shower that morning. My hair was, of course, pulled up in a ponytail because that's how I sleep in it, like in a pineapple. So I was planning to shower, let the steam, set my hair. Also planning to put on some press-on nails. I have some nails that have been sitting in my bathroom for a minute waiting to be used. I was like, okay, I'll put those on for my birthday. Didn't get to do that. And I also, sorry, there's hella motorcycles in Costa Rica. It's just like Philadelphia. Oh, and the other thing I didn't do was I didn't pack my camera's battery charger and my extra battery. So the vlog that I wanted to make for my birthday trip isn't going to be the vlog that ends up happening because I have to conserve the battery. So I have to be very picky, choosy about when I pull out the camera, when I turn it on, because it will die very soon. Yes, so very stressfully, I just threw clothes on, grabbed my stuff, left, got to the airport. Didn't miss my flight, got there like a little after 5. Bueno. That was the first mishap of the morning. Second mishap was because I was so late and I didn't check in like days before, and because for some reason flights like to do this completely insane thing where they oversell tickets on the flights. Like they sell more tickets than there are seats on the airplanes. I don't understand what the point of that is. So that ended up being, I ended up being one of those people who wasn't guaranteed a seat on the flight. So as once I got over the stress of waking up late, getting to the airport later than I intended to, I got the new stress of, oh, I might not be able to actually board this flight. Luckily, it worked out. I got a seat, and we were off to Orlando for my connecting flight. While I was in Orlando, I didn't realize it. I already knew. I hadn't set up transportation from the airport to where I'm staying now, which is where I'm at. The main airport in Costa Rica is in San Jose, which is like kind of the central, I guess, capital, like areas a little more central in Costa Rica. And I am staying in Puerto Viejo, which is on pretty much the other side of the country. For some reason, I could have swore when I looked it up, it was like, I would say an hour, maybe a 2-hour drive. So I was like, oh, I'll just get to the airport. I'll get one of the taxis. It'll be fine. Not the case. It's a 5-hour drive from San Jose to Puerto Viejo, and the taxis only drive in their townships. You can't like get a taxi from one township to a township further away. So that loose plan completely crumbled. So while I'm in Orlando waiting for my connecting flight, I ended up having to purchase another flight which was from San Jose to Limon, which is just an hour drive from Puerto Viejo. So that was $300 that I had to spend this morning on an additional flight for, you know, my arriving and returning. Cool. And of course, because it's a small domestic flight, it's a fucking 12-seater plane where you can feel every bump, every cloud. You can't close the windows. I can see what the fucking pilots are doing up there. I hate small flights. I don't like flying I don't like flying at all. It stresses me out, and I don't like it's stressing me out to be up in the sky, because you can fall off the sky. I know what people say, oh, you're more likely to get in a car crash than get in an airplane crash. Okay, but in a car crash, do you fall out of the sky? No. So, very nerve-wracking. And then when you put me on an even smaller plane, my eyes are closed. My eyes are closed the entire time. I'm praying, I'm talking to Jesus, I'm telling myself that I'm okay, that I'm going to be okay, repeatedly until they put me on the ground. That was stressful. Oh, haven't mentioned that I hadn't eaten. Hadn't eaten all day. My first meal was a bag of Cheetos. A bag of Cheetos and some water. And then once I got to Limon, was I in Limon? Oh, here's the other stressor. My flight from Orlando to San Jose was supposed to land at 1:45, 1:40-ish, right? My flight from San Jose to Limon was at 2:30. So I had a very tight turnaround of when I could catch the flights, my next flight. And because I'm now landing in San Jose, I have to go through immigration and customs. So very stressed. So here's me, picture me, running, speed walking, trotting, a light jog through the San Jose airport, trying to get to my flight. Once I got to immigration, the line, dumb long, way longer than even TSA, right? So I flagged one of the attendants. I'm like, yo, I'm taking a domestic flight from here, and it's taking off in 30 minutes. Oh, and also, of course, my flight that landed in San Jose was late, landed a little late. So the hour that I thought I might have had to get to my next flight got crunched down to 30 minutes. So she was like, oh, let me see what I can do. She let me get in the citizens line. So there's at immigration, there's two lines. One for people that aren't from San Jose or not from Costa Rica, and there's people who are citizens who are just returning home. And that line was a lot shorter. So she let me get in that line. Stressed. It moved a little bit faster than that one, but it was still not like super fast. I'm stressed. Finally get through. Of course, they have to ask you a bunch of questions. I'm like, nigga, please let me go. They let me through. Now I'm running through San Jose, trying to get to the other flight. Oh, mind you, I have to leave the airport and go into a whole different area. I have to leave, go be outside, and run across streets in order to get to the domestic flights. Also, mind you, I have on a coat. I'm in Costa Rica where the weather is currently 80 degrees. Not currently because it's nighttime, but where the weather is 80 degrees. And I was coming from Philadelphia where it's like freaking 40, so I had my jacket on. And I don't have enough time to take the jacket off and get comfortable and adjust to the heat because I have to get to this flight. So I'm running with the jacket on, sweating my balls off, trying to get to this fucking 12-seater plane to get to Limon. Luckily, I get there. They're looking for me. A lady behind it, this is like, Jasmine? I'm like, yes. She's like, all right, come on through. She's like, come on. She helps me. She sets me up. She gets me going. Luckily, and I feel like this might be the norm for like smaller domestic flights, they're usually late. So my flight was like maybe 15 minutes late, and I got there like 5 minutes before it was supposed to take off. So I was Gucci, got myself a little empanada de pollo, another water. I got myself a little turtle keychain because when I travel, I like to get turtles. I have to get like a little turtle figurine. Yeah, so I got that, got situated. Yeah, got situated, got on my little ass flight, prayed to God that it put me on the ground safely, and it did. And then after that, I still had to then get a taxi because Limon is an hour from the hostel that I'm staying at. So I got of course, luckily the taxis they wait out there for you. So I found a guy, shout out to Joseph. He was super cool, black guy. I'm on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, so there's actually black people here, which is nice. Here as in the area, not at this hostel. I'm the only black person at this hostel. Shocker. But he was super cool, drove me here, hour, bam, I'm here. So that means I've been traveling 12 hours. It was a 12-hour travel day. Then when I get to the hostel, I check in and the lady tells me that I'm in a dorm. I did not pay for a dorm. I paid for a private room with a private bathroom. So at first, I'm like, oh shit, I booked this in my credit card, so I'm like, oh, maybe they messed up somehow. They just be doing anything sometimes. But yeah, when I got here, the lady told me that I was going to be in a 12-person dorm. And if you're saying that there's outdoor bathrooms and showers for the people in the dorms, not what I paid for. So at first I was just going to you know, take it. But yeah, I'm really proud of myself. I stood up for myself, went up to her and was like, hey, I actually reserved a standard room, a private room. It says so right here on my reservation. Figure that out for me. I didn't want to be that type of person. I'm usually gonna go with the flow, and I'm really trying hard not to be a go with the flow bitch anymore. So I stood up for myself, not stood up for myself, advocated for myself, waited around for her to figure out what the deal was, and she got me in my private room, my private bathroom. Shout out to that. And now we're here. So this was around close to 5 o'clock at this point. They have like I like staying at a hostel because they usually have built-in little social shit. So every night they have a welcome drinks at the bar here. It's a very nice spot. They have a bar, there's pools, it's right on the beach. There's even like a tattoo parlor, which I might get a tattoo before I leave. Tortuga aquí. But yeah, so I went over there, got a little drink, got some dinner. I stood around looking awkward and lonely, hoping somebody would come up to me and be my friend, and nobody did. Womp womp. So now I'm back in my room. I'm about to go to sleep because I'm tired of shit. My back hurts, my feet hurt. I'm tired. They got music out there playing. I sat around, listened to the music. People were doing open mic shit. Tone deaf girls are screaming. And I had enough. So now I'm here. I'm about to go to bed. I wanted to make this little intro video right now while everything is fresh. I'm not sure what the next clip is going to be because I'm not sure how long I have on this battery. It is fully charged battery, so but in the grand scheme of things, what does that really mean? Anywho, enough of the negativity. Happy birthday to me. I'm 30. I feel great. Actually, I feel kind of lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting out there by myself. Everybody's here with like a group of people. They all know each other. I'm also, of course, the only black person. I did see some black people when I got here. Like I saw 2 black girls. They didn't come to the free drinks. Oh, it was a free drink. They didn't come to the little welcome drinks and shit. So I don't know if they're staying here or if they were just like passing through. But feeling a little lonely, but overall excited to be 30. And excited for the rest of my trip. I'm going to sit by the pool, tan, lay on the beach, tan. And that's pretty much all that's on my itinerary. Possibly get a tattoo aquí. And then I'm gonna take my black ass back home. It's the end of day 2 of my Costa Rica birthday trip. Today was a pretty good day. I don't remember if I showed my outfit from earlier today, basically just my bathing suit, but this was my evening outfit, this little dress. What I did today. So the morning started off with, as soon as I left my room, I saw 2 guys standing in like the little plaza outside where the rooms are, looking up at the sky. So I was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck is happening? Is the world ending? No, they were looking up at a sloth climbing down a tree ever so slowly. So that was super cool. What else did I do? Got breakfast, went to a yoga class, really hard. I was literally sweating buckets, and I'm not a sweater. But it was nice to get like a little bit of a workout in, even while on vacation. Then I went to the beach, tanned. Nice little tan, especially on my legs, not so much, a little bit on my chest. Hopefully I didn't sunburn because I did not put on sunscreen. But yeah, I wasn't out there that long. Laid out, tan for a little bit, went into the ocean for a little bit. It was cool, it was chill. Then I came back to the hostel, sat outside, read my book. I've been reading, I'm reading Salvage the Bones. My book did get wet while I was at the beach. I brought it with me and then I laid it down when I went into the water, and I think where I had my little setup at, the tide was coming in and got my book while I was away. So that was sad, but nevertheless we persisted. I made a huge dent. I'm on chapter 3, so I read for several hours, and then as I was reading, I saw rustling in the tree like right in front of me, and I'm like, there's something in that tree. So I started staring the tree down. I was hunting for whatever was in this tree. And guess what it was? A fucking monkey. Cool to just see it like moving through the trees. I think it was like getting food off the leaves and stuff. It was really cool. Then I came back to my room, chilled, and they do welcome drinks every night, so at like 6:30. So that's why I put this dress on, went to the little welcome drinks, also had some live music, stayed for most of that. I just left it because I'm ready for bed.